Like, our best... Uh-oh. What happened? Hey guys, we are Akio Potter Crew, and today we're going to tell you our top 12 tips and tricks for going to Universal Studios Orlando with children. So, tip number 1, consider Universal passes.
Yeah.
We first booked our trip. We booked the whole thing. We had paid for it all. We had 3-day park-to-park passes for all 3 parks. We ended up doing a little bit more research. We ended up discovering that we could pay basically the same price and get passes. So, when is that going to benefit you? It's going to benefit you if you plan on going more than once. It's going to benefit you if you plan on being there for more than 3 days. I mean, we had 3-day tickets, and yes, we could have done all 3 parks, but with kids, you never know what kind of mood they're going to wake up in.
Right.
We would have felt obligated, get their early park admission, stay till they closed. And when you have little kids, especially like little kids that really can't ride much, you never know what kind of mood they're going to be in that day.
Yeah.
Or what kind of mood we're going to be in that day. We had lots of days where a couple days where we were just kind of like over it by like noon, and we went home, took a nap, or we went back to the hotel, we took a nap.
This Florida's
great.
hot and it's rainy.
That sucks a lot out of you. Swimming at night when you get home, when you get back to your hotel, swimming, that sucks a lot of energy out. And the hours that you would be sleeping, you're going to feel obligated to get up and go to the park if you only have 3 days there. Okay, so you are now seeing the current prices for the passes and the different tiers that they offer as of June 2022. So for Dewey and Henry, we got them the Power Pass, which is the second tier, and then for myself, we got the Preferred Pass. Look for a new video soon where we go more in detail into all the passes and why we chose the tiers we chose for our family.
Tip number 2 is go during the off season.
If you can.
If you can.
Listen, your kids are only little once, and you only live once. It is June 2nd right now. It's Thursday. Even though it's a Thursday, it's slow-ish, but it's still pretty busy. I mean, the wait times are pretty big. So if you can go during off season, if your work allows it, and all that's stopping you is getting your kids out of school, then get them out of school, okay? Yeah. The 2 times that we have gone so far have been the end of August and beginning of September. So we basically went like the 29th of August, 28th of August through the day before Labor Day. And that was like the best time that we could have had. And Universal or Orlando Informer has a fantastic calendar. It's a crowd calendar. We will link it in the description below. And we use that to our advantage. I mean, the 2 times we went were during 2 of their like slower seasons. And because of that, we did not need express passes.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that kind of leads us into point 3.
Tip number 3. Unless you absolutely need them, consider skipping express passes.
Once we had got further into the booking process, we're realizing like we don't need the express passes because our youngest kid is too short to ride 99% of the rides, right? The only rides you could ride where it's all 4 of you, pretty limited.
Yeah.
So you don't need the express pass if it's only for a couple of rides. So what we mean by saying that is you could do single rider or rider swap. Okay, tip number 4 is check where stroller parking is before you get in the line. So there was a couple of times where we got in line, we put the stroller where we thought it was supposed to go, and we came out and the stroller was gone because somebody had moved it into the proper stroller parking section, one of the people that works there.
Tip number 5, download the mobile app and try to make a plan or not.
Okay, so tip number 5 is something that we had to kind of learn as we went this first time. So at first I tried to be very obsessive, like I had a planner and I made a plan for every single thing we were going to do that day. And then I quickly was told, like, stop. You're going with kids, but not only that, you're also at, like, the mercy of every plan going your way. Things aren't going to go your way, and you need to roll with it, because if all you're concerned about is getting through the 10 things on your list that day, and they don't happen, what you potentially may do is stress out your kids. Yep. All right, tip number 6 is get a Freestyle cup whenever you can. When you go there, You get the Freestyle cup for the first time, you get it activated, and you can refill it every 10 minutes, which is really a great option.
That's a lot of drinks.
Yeah, and one of the things that we suggest when doing this is to bring your own closed water bottle, and here's why. When you're dealing with logistics of kids, you're going to need something that is spill-proof to put in your backpack or whatever. Tip number 7, get the photo package if you can for your very first trip there. The photo package is something that it's extra. It's not necessary, but we have those memories from our first trip, and they're pretty special.
Tip number 8 is purchase wands in advance. We found all sorts of different avenues for purchasing Universal-specific interactive wands for a much reduced price.
If you're trying to make the most of your time and your money, consider purchasing the wands beforehand. Unless you're really wanting your kids to have that experience where they get to pick out their own wand. In our situation, our kids both knew exactly which wand they wanted. So we went ahead and looked for those, found them on Mercari. I found one on Facebook Marketplace, and I want to say we didn't spend more than $20 or $30 per wand, and we were able to have those ready to go with us the very first second that we walked in. You do run the risk of the sensor being damaged when you're buying pre-owned, but even when you get it brand new in the parks, if your kid sits on it wrong or scrapes it on the wrong thing, the sensor is going to get damaged. But the great thing about it is you can take it to any of the places, or to Eth Ollivander's or Grigorovich's wands. So you can get your wand sensor replaced in any of those locations. And did we crack our wand because one of them broke it? And then we did. I don't remember which interactive wand it is because we have kind of a wand obsession. Here, scoot over a little bit. See the wand boxes behind you? That's just a very small portion of the wands that we own. And we'll show you all of those in a later video if you're curious to see. Go ahead and comment, and if there's a specific wand you're wanting to see, we'll definitely show it if we have it. Tip number 9, make a day, or at least part of the day, to do the wand spots. Like if you're going there for the most part for the Harry Potter stuff, and that is your main focus, you have the wands, you're excited to do all those things, plan a portion of at least one of the days to be that.
Yeah. It really adds to the magic of it all. Like it seems kind of silly when you're doing it for the first time, but at the same time, you're in the wizarding world. Like you're there for that. You may as well give into it and just do it. It's fun.
Tip number 10 is when you see something you want and you want to get it, your kids want it, get it when you see it. Do not wait. We have at least 2 different items that we saw and we waited. We told the boys, okay, well, why don't you wait? Let's see what else there is that you like and whatever. Big mistake, because when we went back to buy it, it was gone.
Number 11, probably my favorite tip that we have, is that you can never have too much butterbeer. And to clarify, there are five different types of butterbeer.
I think there's 6.
Because you have regular butterbeer.
There's 6.
Hot butterbeer. Frozen butterbeer. Butterbeer ice cream, her favorite. Potted cream, technically not butterbeer, but it is.
It is. It's butterbeer potted cream.
And then butterbeer fudge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
try them all, right? If you're there and you're there for the Harry Potter stuff, try them all. They're amazing.
So tip number 12 is one I think is very important. Dress up, not just by yourself. Dress up with your kids. Do the whole family. You're going to Hogwarts, for crying out loud.
Right. I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about making memories and having your kids have lasting memories that they'll always remember, because a lot of people like to not take their kids to Disney or to Universal or wherever until they're old enough to have memories of it. And at the end of the day, like, I really truly think that when our kids are grown, they are going to remember our first trip to Universal, even though they were 2 and 6, because we dressed up with them, we got excited with them. Like, this is something that our entire family enjoys, and so we are all into it. I was really nervous about doing cosplay and dressing up for the first time. I wish so badly I would have just let go, not given to you-know-whats about anybody that was looking at me, because if they're judging you and they're staring at you, they are not living their best life, and you are. So who cares? I mean, you've always loved to dress up, and you embody any character that you dress up as, and so do our kids, and I love that. Are you ever going to see these people again? No, probably not. Who cares?
If they're judging you, they're muggles anyway.
Yeah, they're not worth your worry. Your concern should be making memories with your children that they're going to remember forever. And the time that my kids look back on the time that their mother dressed up as Professor McGonagall in the parks. I hope that's something that they always remember. I already know they're going to have memories of their dad dressing up in any given outfit. But having the memories that I dressed up and was like nervous about it, like I wish that their memories were going to be a little bit better, but all I can do is do better next time. I have since decided that my true character is Moaning Myrtle. Stay tuned for pictures of that, because I have fake bangs and the whole nine. I got the glasses. Yeah, I got to improve my robe, but the rest of it's pretty spot on. If you're liking this video and you love Harry Potter, consider subscribing and hit that like button. Thanks for watching. That's a really long way of saying join that Facebook group.
Not even one of our tips.
No. I mean, it's included in tip 2. Have we even gotten to tip 3 yet?
No.
Well, crap. Okay.
We rambled.
It's not like going where it's not supposed to?
I don't think so. Looks like your lips. If at all possible, shut up.
Okay, start over. Just start. Let's restart. Okay.
Tip number 3. Sorry, you were talking.
No, go.
Can I help talk?
All right.